Thanks for tuning in to another episode of COSIGN Conversations, man. We got the homie, the OG, Q.Taylor, my guy. Man, Q.Taylor's multifaceted. My dude has a clothing brand. He's a manager, throws events, creative director. Bro, what don't you do?
Just don't rap, man. But I'm still working on my tape. It's coming soon.
Q.Taylor coming soon. The truth, the story. Nah, that's what's up, man, bro. So we've known each other for a while.
At least 10 years.
At least 10, bro. I'm trying to remember how we exactly met because all I remember is when I was doing a documentary, bro, we connected and you put me in touch with Noel Bean. But I'm trying to remember like before that, like how we first connect.
Man, so it's hard, but just know I remember. I forget a lot of stuff.
No, that's what's up. But one thing though, bro, I can say, bro, we've always stayed in touch, bro. Like I remember we used to throw the little Debbie shows.
Random quick come ups here and there, little plays.
Here and there. I remember we did G-Eazy before he blew up.
Before anybody did G-Eazy, we did them first.
Man, it's crazy, bro. We got some history, bro. So kind of give us your backstory, bro. But everybody may know the Q.Taylor today, right? But kind of tell us who Q.Taylor was growing up, you know what I'm saying, in DFW. Then you went to UNT too, right?
Yeah, I went to UNT. I moved to Dallas from Chicago in like 5th grade. Okay. I went to Plano East. Okay. Then went to UNT. And then after that, I moved to Dallas for I graduated a couple years ago. And I moved out of here I moved to LA like 3 years ago.
Okay.
So
in between there, bro, so what was you doing before you got into music management? Because I feel like that's where everybody knows you now with the music management events.
I straight out of high school pretty much. I was in the clubs, straight to the clubs day one.
Yeah.
And then I was just a promoter. We had college nights. It was going crazy, and it just kind of just leveled up. Yeah. Every year type thing.
So kind of paint the picture for us in the city. So you was doing clubs. What clubs were you doing back then?
I started at Purgatory. That was my first club that I worked at.
That was the 3-level joint, right?
4
level.
It was crazy. Yeah, people don't know about that 4, so probably 3 to you.
Yeah, see, I was early on.
Yeah, Purgatory. We did that, and then man, I can't even remember, but it was every club in Dallas. We had an 18 and up night. As soon as they was ready to close, they hit us up.
Yo, we need some people to come in and call Q.Taylor. All right, bro. And then, so what was your first actual business venture? Was it Trend HQ, Trend headquarters?
Yeah, that was my first personal LLC was Trend headquarters. It was a third party retail website, which it turned out to be the idea, the concept was dope, but I didn't really have the team or infrastructure to do it, but it became Pack. That's where Pack Loud came from, Trend headquarters. So it was worth it every dime I lost because it's still going right now.
Got you. Okay, so if I remember, so Trend was you had multiple brands.
Pretty much Trend. I was carrying local smaller brands on the site, and it was just third party retail site. So if I had to work out a deal with a clothing line. If I sold it, I got a certain percentage type deal. But I was like, let me do my own designs, and my own designs sold the most. So I was like, man, I'm gonna just do my own thing. And it was a hobby probably from 2013 to pretty much when I moved to LA. I had tons of old stuff in storage, and I was like, I need to just sell this as a garage sale. Just get it gone,
like a little blowout.
And then my buddy Colton, he had this event called Lights All Night, and it's a 30,000
every December
festival.
Right?
Yeah, so he was a part in it, and they gave me a booth for free. So I made some new stuff, and the stuff that I left, PCH had just opened, and Scotty and Larry, they were my guys. I was like, man, can I just leave some stuff up here and see how I go?
Right.
Everything I've ever put up there is sold out for the last 3 years. So it's
that's
some
crazy.
Constant. They don't carry anybody else. I think maybe they carry 1 or 2 other brands locally.
Right.
But I'm pretty much the only one that's in there consistently. So
dang.
So yeah, that's and they helpful a lot. That's my guys, PCH LA.
Nah, that's crazy. Them boys are definitely blowing up. I remember them back from the Status days.
Right. Yeah. The store is stupid crazy. We just I just took Tay there 2 weeks ago. We did a little in store there.
Oh yeah. I remember that. That's dope, bro. So we can't skip over this. Something you said earlier was you feel Trend didn't really take off because you was doing everything by yourself and you didn't really have a team.
I didn't really have a team, and it was a lot. You have to. It's a constant. You have to be consistent in everything you do for it to take off.
Right.
And it just didn't really work out for whatever reason.
Gotcha.
But then when I did Pack Loud, I was at control. It was a third party site, so I'm carrying other people's stuff.
Right.
So like constant communication, having to deal with so many different partners.
Definitely.
It just wasn't going to work out for me.
The guys you wrote with years later, bro, kind of tell us, how teamwork and building a team has kind of changed the trajectory of you and,
Team,
business.
I have a partner for everything that I do. I don't do anything alone. When I do, especially for events, I do EDM events too, so I have next level events who I partner with. Or if I do a hip hop, it's Dallas, Texas Entertainment. Or if I book a show, I do it with the club, So
Gotcha.
You got to have a partner, a team. I have in every situation, I have a different partner. I have with some artists I manage, I have a partner, Q Smith. I have another buddy who helps me kind of tour manage operation stuff.
Okay.
You got to have a big team, big network, and make sure everybody's happy.
That's smart. But let's talk about this because some people would rather have 100% than, breaking it down 50. Why would you rather take, 50% of each venture instead of 100?
Because, 100% of nothing is nothing.
Nah, it's real.
So 50% of something, because you have a partner, especially like how we built up our network and our resources, it kind of runs itself after a while to where it's less stress and more just your formula is going to repeat itself and just keep going with that.
Got you, man. So when I first met you, like I said, you was hustling, Pack Loud, Trend. And then, I went left and started doing some other stuff, bro. You still kept grinding. And now you turned out to be like this huge music manager, man. Like, my boy out here, my boy doing this thing. Who was the first act that you managed?
So what happened was I was doing a lot of college nights and I was booking Your Nation a lot. And so they kind of became, I got friends with their managers and I would kick it and chill with them. And their manager, his name was Merck, he kind of was like, hey, you want to be the road manager? Because I'm not trying to go on the road no more. I'm like, I'll try it out and see how it goes.
Right.
That was in January. He quit in April. Yeah. I was like, so if you quit and you was booking shows, that means I could book the shows and I get more of a cut, right? It was yeah. So that was we went in our good Your Nation. I was going crazy with them for probably 2013, 16, 17.
Gotcha.
And then it kind of just went separate ways for a little bit.
Right. So when you first started out, bro, what's a good percentage to take as a manager first starting out?
It just depends on every situation and how much the artist needs.
Right.
10% is just minimum, but some artists may need more help. So 20% is fair. Gotcha. Every situation is different,
Gotcha. So between 10 and 20.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you did Young Nation, you was killing it, went separate ways, they came back, bro. But then, you kept pushing, as Q.Taylor always does.
Yeah, I just started doing I just started booking events at clubs, being their talent buyer and just getting a cut doing that and not having to deal with investing in anything, just doing all logistics for them. Ain't got to worry about the resources. Tickets, we can sell tickets. They sell drinks at the bar. I don't even have to worry about that. Yeah. Shout out all my people.
I love it here.
Yeah.
But, bro, we got to talk about this, man. So I'm coming from, like I said earlier, I'm coming from a place of curiosity, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm tapped into music, but I'm not tapped in like I was. You know what I'm saying? I just kind of see from, a distance, check it out, show my support, bro. But tell me how, the whole Tay Money situation came about, how y'all linked up. Just kind of walk me through the beginning of that.
Okay, it's crazy because you kind of a part of it, but not really.
Oh, shit, hold on. Do I need my 10%? All right, tell me.
Tay had just dropped, I think our first song was Lewis and Clark.
Okay.
And then maybe Nana, and I had booked Little Debbie at a club night, and I was like, hey, you should, you want to open up? So I had her open up, and then she kept spiraling, and I had all the resources from previous artists and just already knowing everybody in the city. So we she opened up for that, and then I had to just throw her on.
Was that at Plush?
No, it was at bar 30 Kiki Lounge, 3606.
Okay,
Greenville.
Okay,
but this was way after we did ours. This was maybe 2017.
Gotcha.
So she did that, and then we did another show. I had her open up for maybe Riff Raff, and then New Year's Eve party. And then her buzz kind of just got kind of crazy on her own. And then she signed, but during the whole process, me and her actually did shows together.
Okay.
So when she does the Tay Day, it was me and her.
So y'all partners on it?
Yeah, we were partners. We were business partners on a bunch of different ventures. So we always just worked together. And then pretty much last April, when everything opened back up, I was booking a bunch of shows, and she had moved to Chicago, and for whatever reason, she moved back to Dallas.
Okay.
And she was like, let's just turn up. And like we started doing shows, and I was booking her all the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, I feel like you don't really have like a Dallas manager. Like artists always have a manager in their home city who kind of help them put because you always got to go back home and move around.
I don't that day to day.
You always got to have somebody like that. So, and I was already doing that for her anyway. So she was like, yeah, that's cool. And it kind of we just kept going with that. And then and then all the other artists kind of happened simultaneously with different situations just kind of came about.
Got you, man. So one kind of key thing, bro, in your whole story, bro, is like relationships. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man. Relationships, networking.
Bro, but how do you manage all these relationships? Because, you know, like, I'm not going to lie, it gets overwhelming at sometimes, bro, because you meet so many people, and it's like, man, you have to nurture these relationships too, bro. It's not like, oh, I know that person. I'll tap back with them when I need them.
So Club Zook is really why, because the structure that we had, it was a promoter, the company was like Access Dallas, and we would do like a college night Thursday night, a urban night Friday night.
Yeah.
So when you're in the club scenes, you're just networking every night you go out.
Gotcha.
So I was doing that from purgatory, like forever, just going out partying and networking. So it was a second nature to me just being a manager, because I was kind of already managing club nights when you have like tons of promoters underneath you and like go-go's and like staff and security. It's all the same. It's just a different space.
Gotcha.
So it just translated over to literally the same thing. Yeah. And I could create shows because all my friends were promoters. So I'd be like, hey, can you put like, let's say like one of my buddies was booking at the time, like Rich Homie Quan, he was big then, or somebody, or Waka at that time. Hey, throw Nation on it. I'll do it for less than you're the homie. It's a good look for us. Right. So I could create shows and just knowing tons of people from being a club promoter. Gotcha. That's really what was different about me. And then that helped me understand the different spaces, like the urban space. Right, for sure. Top 40 Kiss FM space. Yeah. And bar knowledge of how it works, and what like a club owner, when he's buying a talent for the artist, he wants that to translate either to door or bar. Yeah. So I know what's going to make sense for specific demographics. Got you. And being from Plano was huge. If you Google it right now, we were the biggest class in the history of the United States. Dang. 2000 something. Plano East. Y'all almost got it. What do I drop that year? I mean, I had like 1,400 kids in my class. So I've always been around tons of people at all times. Yeah, you've known mad people the whole time. Now it's hard to remember. Like now people walk up to me and like, I may even dated a girl. I'll be like, oh, for real? Like I don't remember nothing. My homie like, you know you should talk to her. Like, nah, who is that? It's that age kicking in, bro. Nah, it's that gas. Nah, I feel you, man. Bro, we talked about something that's important, bro. Like I feel like we got to get this knowledge from you for artists, right? So Tay Money is one of the few artists who really built a buzz and blew up out of Dallas, right? Mm-hmm. So first part, from your POV, how was she able to build that buzz in the city and not have to leave? Consistency. She dropped videos, songs. She just consistently did it at a big level, and it went viral. Like people, you have to, as an artist, whatever you're selling, you have to know what your consumer wants, right? And it has to be buyable. Like I have to see that person and be like, he's a star. His image, I buy it. Right. So it's image and music. Got you. So at this point, right? You know, she signed. You managing her. She has a team. She has backing. As much as it's great that she is back in the city. Is that like? Do you think that's a positive move, or do you think she here, but she not? Like she actually lives in Miami. She got a spot out there too. Okay. But she just such a Southern girl, and she's like a real Southern like girl. She hate LA. Like she likes Dallas. She loves Dallas. She always gonna come back here and be her home. But she's really in Miami right now. Gotcha. She's a little different than everybody because she's kind of a mystery. Like people really don't even know how to get a hold of her forever. And so that's kind of what helped me out, because people just knew that I was the only person that if you need something from Tay, if you want it done, gonna hit up Q. Holla at Q. Which I mean, I work with most artists in the city pretty much from day one, just because I had the clubs and I can help you get that look, that crossover look, not just like a urban look, which is majority of what everybody can get into. So Tay Money's one of them. Then you got Lil Earl. Lil Earl going crazy right now. Lil Earl going crazy. We got From the Back. Yeah. Beating It Over. He has stupid songs that's going viral. He's one of the biggest in Texas right now, viral.
What part of the city he from?
He from here. He from the city.
Was that what part? Like
Lancaster.
Okay.
Is that what y'all say? Lancaster.
Lancaster, Lancaster.
Yeah, he from there. He about to drop a song. He got a song. Don't get mad. There, he got a song with B King coming. He got a song with Tay coming.
Okay.
He got a song with Chose coming.
Okay.
And that's just like they not even out yet.
That's crazy.
Them niggas not yet. We just sitting on them right now.
Yeah, man. So we got to get some free game for these artists, right? So let's say there's another little Earl out there who has a buzz, or maybe on the verge about to go viral, like a song is picking up, or like, what would you advise them to do next? Because I feel like that's when they get lost. Like, I got a buzz.
The thing is with Earl, he's on TikTok, so that's like helped him out a lot, and he can actually like dance, like he can jig, like he can really dance. So he's kind of able to combine both worlds, which like if I was a rapper, I'd be stiff. I wouldn't be able to work for me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Not for real.
So yeah, to translate that, you gotta just. There's nothing wrong with having a job. I want every rapper to look at me in the eyes.
Dead in the eyes.
There's nothing wrong with making money in any capacity, because you could put all that money back into yourself. Yeah. You're not waiting for somebody to come and pay for your studio time and pay for your videos. However you gotta get it. If you can meet somebody in the middle, that's a partnership.
Right.
Now, when you want somebody to come in and put up all the bread to get you to XYZ, that's when it comes a little bit different. And you don't want to be in that situation. Like, because in your head, you're going to feel like you're doing all the work. But the other person's putting up the money, and without the money, it ain't going to work. Yeah. So artists, don't feel bad about getting a job.
Nah, that's real. So have you ever came to a situation where you had to put all the bread up?
Hell no, I don't got it. I'm going to me. I work hard for my money. I don't even put myself in situations. But luckily, where everybody is right now, like Young Nation, we just dropped a song with Erica Banks. We got a song with Tribby coming. They have a deal. Like they were the major.
Nation is?
Yeah. We dropped a song with Ultra.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's going crazy right now.
So Ultra's
so Ultra has like an EDM side, and they have a smaller hip hop label.
Okay.
That but it's still on the major scale. They do all the distribution. So we got that Tribby songs coming with them, and then Earl kind of, he's independent, but he's about to sign. By the time people see this, Earl be signed, so that's over. Sure. And then Hancho, we have a partnership with this label in LA called Riv. So and Lexi's with Riv as well. So everybody has a partner that can cover all the financials of the marketing and the videos, which is like, that's all you really need when you're at the first cusp of your career, when you're about, let's say, $2,000 to $7,500, $10,000 a show.
Sure. Okay. So walk us through like those deals. I mean, you don't have to say who's who deal, right? So let's say somebody got a buzz, right? And they want to sign, you know what I'm saying, a deal, but it's with like, not like a Def Jam, but like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so I'll give an example. Like Young Nation, our deal is a 2-song deal. Okay. And we got an advance, and you get a certain amount for marketing. So let's say it's like a $50K or $100,000 advance. We came to them with the video already done, so that's recouping our video cost. Okay. And that, on top of that, they do a marketing budget, and that's what takes care of the A&Rs, people working your music, TikToker campaign, all that stuff like that. So pretty much like how for us, how we want to do right now, unless it's just a crazy deal, we want to do song by song single deals. So you're not locked into a long term situation.
Okay, let's even dive into that. Let's 2 single deals, right? So the label gets the publishing, a part of publishing. They own part of the masters.
We own our masters.
Okay, y'all own the masters, and y'all
we own the masters. So that's why sometimes they're not going to give you huge deal, because they're not going to own it, you know, for life.
But they'll just get like a part of publishing of those songs.
Yeah.
But that's like lifetime though, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Plus, like there's like sync deals. Yeah. Like, you know, like that adds up. Gotcha. Like for example, like Tay is on, what's that show with Issa Rae, HBO show?
Insecure.
Yeah. So like we did a sync placement with that. So that's just like a big check, flat fee. Okay. Collect it, move on.
Was it the Simon?
No, it was Walk, I believe. No, PB&J. It's PB&J. Yeah.
Okay. So let's dive into that, bro, because I know a lot of artists want to know that too. Like, bro, how do I get my music on, TV shows?
Man, my team, we just moving different. They hitting us up.
Okay.
Yeah, they hitting us up. They're contacting us, but that's just because it's such a demand for the music.
Gotcha.
I mean, like even Earl, if you Google From the Back, all of his songs, like it was 21 Savage like posted on his Instagram. So it's like people, the level that we're at, they hitting us up. So it's like me and my so Tay I just manage alone, but with Earl, Honcho, and Nation is my partners. Q Smith on the beat, the producer.
Okay.
So we just know like we're not sweating nothing. It's gonna come. Like the movement we got. You have so many people moving at one time, and you can kind of like intersect everything. It's gonna come. So it's not even like stressing about like little things like small offers. Like if it's not worth the stress, it's all good. We're gonna get that paper.
So have y'all ever seen a deal where y'all like, nah, this is a horrible deal for, you know what I'm saying? For us?
Oh yeah, I've seen some horrible deals for sure. It's not really within our camp, but I've seen other horrible deals for sure.
What does that look like? Because I feel like at some point some artists are so hungry they'll take anything. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't gotta say who the artist is, but what does that deal look like that you were like, hell no?
I've seen some bad deals. I've got to see some bad deals. You know, it's really more about the length. You want to have the biggest advance in the shortest time. Is what I would say instead of like a multi-year deal. Depending on where you're at, every artist is, in a different space. But if you're just coming up, there's no reason for you like a long-term deal because you don't know. It's like when people transfer college, like how many colleges did you go to?
I went to 3.
Exactly. So that's kind of what like signing is like different colleges. So it's like it's going to take you, you grow out of it. You liked it when your freshman year, you made sense, but then your second college, you were like, okay, this is getting me to university. You know what I'm saying? So it's same type of situation.
I low-key went to 4. Now that I think about it, I went to 4.
I only went to 3.
Yeah, I went to 2. I went to 2 community colleges and 2 4-year universities. Yeah, 4.
It fit you at the time. You loved it. You loved it at some point, but then you're like, man, this ain't going.
Yeah, no, it didn't work at all, bro. Okay, so let me ask you this too, because I feel like a lot of times, how do you even balance managing? I know you got like a partner with the other 3, or 3. So Lexi, you do by yourself too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Lexi and Tay by yourself.
Well, she has her mom that helps out a lot, and then we just hired like another partner too. So but it's just all been like goes back to being the club promoter when we had different nights, different structure. I've just kept everything pretty much the same how I operate, and like I know how my brain works. Right. And also I had 3 fire assistants right now, like they're fucking cold, cold. I got their first were interns, like they did it for college credit. Right. And then I just kept them on payroll just because like you like the little small stuff. Like
they from the city? Huh? They from the city?
Yeah. They're all like college girls from UNT. Like they're not any type of scene or anything. I emailed UNT and I said, hey, I'm an alumni. I'm managing all these artists. Is there anybody undergrad or graduate student that wants to be an intern in the space for credit? Right. Because they're going to care about it because they need it for credit. Right. And I found some really, really good ones. So, like, they don't care to go out. I've never even met them in person. We just talk on the phone. Yeah, I'm just get these tasks done, move on. I love all y'all.
That's great. I was going to ask you that. So, I got an assistant that I found. She goes to UNT, but I found her, like, on social, bro. Like, so, like, for those who are looking to, to get interns for college credit, like, who specifically should they talk to in UNT? Or, any college.
Well, I just had emailed. I just was like woke up like overwhelmed with small tasks, like buying a bunch of flights and like little logistic stuff that takes too much of my time. Right. Like that's like I need to look at the bigger picture and get more bigger, like on a macro scale thing than micro. For sure. So I just like freaked out one day and emailed them. Gotcha. So I don't really know how to. I think like Indeed may be a good site to find. Interns, but. To get into the music scene, is that what you're kind of leading to? How to get into the scene, or?
Well, now I was gonna say more so like anybody who's looking for interns. Cause I know people ask me all the time, like, "How'd you find your intern?" Like, I found
you gotta go out and get it.
Yeah,
you gotta find out. Like maybe because I used to post like, does anybody want to be an intern? Right. Just email whatever specific space you're in a college.
Okay, so like media or journalism, email the journalism department. No, that makes sense.
Exactly. I think maybe communications. Maybe. Yeah, just email them at the beginning of the semester because they're that's when people start looking for it. And bam, and mine, they literally they do wherever they're at, they do it. They get credit or paid. Yeah. So it's like,
that works. Win-win. Yeah, that works out for them on a cool. Yeah, it is a win-win on a situation, bro.
Because they're getting, and this is like real deal experience they're getting, like, hey, and I also have them help me with my merch as well, like do a lookbook or whatever. It's just all the aspects of entertainment, and they're just putting it on their resume to make them look whatever they need to look like.
Nah, that's hella smart. What will Q.Taylor dropping them jazz, man?
Stressful, dog. Yeah, so that's why I can handle it, because it's, picking like I got to do Tay's day-to-day schedule. Right. I got to do Earl's schedule. Nation man needs to get some songs mixed. Like it's all over the place. So I just kind of just delegate with my team to make sure everything runs smoothly, and just hold everybody accountable.
Yeah. So bro, I feel like managing, bro, also, man, he's like you also managing different personalities, man.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, at the end of the day, like artists are like artists, so you just gotta think like okay, no, that's not a good way to say it. But like they're stuck in their ways, like a cookie cutter of an artist. They're always gonna it's always gonna be how the same. Pretty much every artist is the same. Maybe a little bit different in smaller things.
Right.
But at the end of the day, they want that money. They don't want to hear nothing else.
Of course.
Like it's like once it's like not trying to hear no excuses.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah. But man, you've been blessed though, because I feel like all the artists you've had, bro, they've came like a part. They've came with something already. Exactly.
Yeah, I've definitely been. So or I wouldn't, or like it's been very blessing, but I was never gonna like work with somebody unless they were packaged. Like I've tried to work with people that weren't packaged, and maybe they felt that I wasn't adequate enough, and it just didn't work out because they had their own personal reasons, but they didn't have no bread. So I'm like, I know what I'm worth in my time. So like, if it's not adding up, it's just not making sense. Gotcha. But also that's because they see me. I book shows constantly. You know, I'm in different markets, and I'm going to support. Like I play. Like I was playing people's records before I was even like managing them in the club. Like even like me and Nation, if I wasn't manager at that time, I was still making their songs get played. Tay making sure their songs get paid. So if you put in the work, it's just like, why not? This guy's going crazy.
Nah, for sure, bro. But you know, so what if somebody doesn't have a package, right? But not even for you, because like you at a point where like you got to come ready. You know what I'm saying? So like for my situation, you know who I'm working with, like we're both starting from the ground up. Like, what would you tell somebody in that situation?
You gotta just work and figure out a way to make your brand to be the most awareness. And I think the biggest issue with the Dallas culture is rappers don't think they have to hit the clubs. You gotta hit the clubs and work your records. Yeah. There's no other way. There's no other, like that's just that's the ground base that Nation and Dero did back in the day. Right. Is they was in the streets, passing out records, touching hands. That's how you're gonna get a DJ to play your song if you don't know what the DJ. Like if you know the lane that you said he was in, he needs to go to those clubs. You gotta pay the DJs $100, but they're gonna make sure you get paid. You might have to buy bottles once a month, but your music gonna get played, and it's gonna get played in the tastemakers' ears, and that's how you work in records. Like that's the difference between, to me, between what I've done with artists, and why certain people can't break into that lane. Right. Like you hear Earl songs getting played everywhere. I'm friends with all the DJs. Like I've known them for years, but I go say what's up. If I don't even know you, hey, what's your Instagram? What's your email? I put it in my notes. I send it to my assistant, and they email it. Gotcha. You gotta send the music out to the DJs because they're the ones who playing the music. Like that's the 100% answer is talking to the DJs, getting your music played, going out, buying drinks. Like, if you got to pay to play. You got to pay to play, baby. Don't play.
And basically rinse and repeat in other markets. You know what I'm saying? Maybe focus on them.
You can even just focus on Dallas for a quarter. Go out in the clubs in Dallas, quarter, work 2-3 songs. Yeah. One song. Like Yellow Beezy, Trapping Designer. Yeah. Trapping Designer was everywhere. Nobody knew that was really Yellow. That was Yellow Beezy before Yellow Beezy. Yeah. Then it was easy for him to have a follow-up record like That's On Me because it went hard. Right. So he already did the groundwork and got the channel. And DJs want to give artists music. Like they want to do, that's literally that's their job. That's their career, their passion. I mean, not artists, the crowd, consumers. They want to give it to the crowd. So that's the answer. You got to work your records in the clubs, especially if you're in Dallas.
Gotcha. All right, man, before we get here, bro, I got to ask you this, bro. What's your last piece of advice you want to give to artists, to managers, to event promoters, to anybody want to follow, you know what I'm saying, the Q.Taylor steps?
Network and collaborate, man. Just network, talk to people, have a plan, a strategy. Don't make excuses when you fuck